Indoors. That should attract a lot of attention in this game. That matchup at the guard position. That is going to be special.
Well, that's the point of attack on both ends of the floor, and it's always fun to see skilled and capable guards duel it out. It is like watching a great chess match.
And now the opening lineup for Boston. And in the front court, Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. Just 2 to shoot. Bridges misses. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Boston. Pass to Tatum. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by New York. Bridges finds Brunson. Here's Towns. Brunson outside. The kick out to Anunoby. Back to Brunson with the shot. And he misses his first shot of the game. First quarter, just over a minute played. And we talk about Derek White. Doris, how impressive has his rise been?
Kevin, it's been both impressive and sometimes feels improbable. He was not highly recruited. There were no expectations on him when he arrived in the NBA. This guy has turned himself into one of the premier defenders from the guard spot, an excellent shot blocker, and so rock steady as a ball handler on the offensive end. You see the level of verticality that Jason Tatum brings to the table. Nice.
Bridges deciding where to go with it. Here he goes, and it's slammed in by Bridges.
If you overplay Mikal Bridges to take the jump shot, that's creating driving lanes, and he'll take advantage.
The wide open look here for Holiday. Again, the Celtics good for 2. The Knicks have gone just 1 of 4 to get this game started. Brunson with it. He's picked up by White. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
The Celtics have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Here's Brown. Brown jams it in.
Assisted by
Oh, my goodness. How about that move by Jaylen Brown? That is spectacular.
Pass to Brunson. Lets it go from deep, and he's good on the 3-ball.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Celtics lead 8-5.
Holiday against Bridges. On the wing, Holiday. Porzingis sets the pick for Holiday. And Karl-Anthony Towns pulls it down.
2 minutes.
And this is a shot he can definitely make, and the defense not a factor at all.
And the way the Celtics can attack teams, Doris, with their 5-out sets, it's impossible to fully defend it.
Kevin, there is so much space on the floor because they have shooters at every single position and guys who balance that shooting with an ability to get off the dribble drive. This is as good an offense as we've seen.
Here's Bridges, following the basket by Jaylen Brown. Bridges kicks to Anunoby. It's a nice passing by New York here. Anunoby is screen on White. 6 to shoot. For the 3, Anunoby, good.
Nice job by OG Anunoby to be aggressive from distance.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sideline. You got for us, DA?
Well, earlier I spoke with Tom Thibodeau. Coach said they want to force Jason Tatum to uncomfortable spots on the floor. Now, they recognize those spots are few and far between, but Coach wants to keep Tatum out of the paint specifically. If his team can do that to force Tatum to shoot more from outside, they feel relatively good about their chances. Back to you.
Thank you, David. And we all hear talk about Drew Holiday's defense, but you know, Doris, he is much more than that. You've said it countless times.
Kevin, this is a guy who's a tremendous rebounder for a guard, a very willing playmaker. He can carry a scoring burden if you need him to, but he's also willing to take a very limited number of shots. It's all about the team with him. Well, in catch-and-shoot opportunities, you've got to have good feet and pre-shot preparation. Mikal Bridges, yes, sir.
Right side, White. Outside, Tatum. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Tatum's got 5.
Well, Jason Tatum with the answer from 3. That's how you stop an opponent's momentum.
From deep, Brunson. And Boston with the rebound. 16 seconds left here in the opening quarter. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. Celtics have converted 1 of 2 free throws so far today. That free throw good from Porzingis.
There's a reason people call Kristaps Porzingis the unicorn. A 7-foot big man, but boy, what a sweet shooter he is.
Here's Bridges, and foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
At the line, 2 shots.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
The Knicks shooting their first free throws here tonight.
Yeah, a year ago, though, Kevin, 78% conversion rate from the free throw line. So that's a nice all-around effort.
Outside, Holiday. Not going to go that time. Plenty of offense in this closely contested first quarter of play. Celtics lead by 2. Stay with us as we get set to bring you the second quarter right after this. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after the first quarter of play. And what do you guys think about Boston here in this one?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
Mikal Bridges out there with Jalen Brunson. Then it's Josh Hart. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. And it's Anunoby in a power forward. There the group New York will start the second one. Now, here's Bridges. After the miss from Derek White. Towns, the pass to Bridges. That one drops for him. He's got 9.
Well, Bridges has this floater in the bag of tricks, and you've got to be able to pull it out at the appropriate time.
Outside, Tatum. Pass to Porzingis. Outside, Holiday. Back to Porzingis from the arc. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. Holiday's got 3 assists tonight.
Boy, don't let Porzingis get cooking from three-point territory. He is a sweet shooting big man.
The shot's good from Brunson.
Well, you love the activity out there. What a play. This guy is busy on the offensive end.
Well, Greg, the Knicks have certainly brought hope back to the city of New York.
And it's been fun to watch. The fans are rallying behind this team. And it's not just because they're winning. It's the way they're winning. They play with heart and hustle.
Tatum setting the pick for White. The three-pointer, no good. New York's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. There it is! Brunson with the deep shot.
We call that, folks, the stop and pop. Jalen Brunson with the pull-up J.
And the short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. OG Anunoby has become a great complementary offensive weapon. Coach Tom Thibodeau says he's got a really good feel for it. He's very unique in that sense. He knows how to read defenses and how to attack. Kevin, his acquisition has taken this team to another level at both ends of the court. Back to you.
DA, it's been phenomenal. No question about that whatsoever. Thank you so much. White, wide open. He fires. And it's off from three-point range. Here's Anunoby. Here's Towns. And the layup's good off the glass. And now a 3-point New York lead.
Yeah, you love to see Towns mix it up a little bit. Gets his team a bucket on a second chance.
Holiday dishes to Brown. Outside, White. Back to Brown. Some nice ball movement here by the Celtics. And pushing it up. Here's New York.
2 minutes.
To the wing right side. White against Brunson. We've got 1:48 left in the first half. Gets it to drop, and now he's shooting at a 5-for-8 clip. And Doris, what a breakout for the guard, Jalen Brunson, these last couple seasons.
Kevin, I think what's taken a lot of us by surprise is how capable he is in being the center point of an entire offense. And not only as a scorer for himself, but involving all the guys around him. Truly an incredible transformation.
Here's Brunson. Following the basket by Kristaps Porzingis. Brunson finds Bridges. New York needs to get off a shot. Fires from deep. Can't hit that one. Holiday with the defensive effort. Over in the corner, White. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Brunson.
Great instincts from him to get a hand on that pass and tip it out.
And offensively, a little bit of a careless toss. You could have used a better angle on that pass.
Here's Porzingis. It's rebounded by New York. Towns has got rebound number 8 now on the night. Brunson scanning the floor. Can't cash in from close range. They time it right, they can end this quarter with a 2-for-1.
And that's how you want to end the quarter.
Porzingis can't hit. The Knicks leading by 3. Brunson outside. From downtown, buries the long-range jumper. Brunson's got 12 points now in the quarter.
Boy, whenever this team has needed a bucket, Jalen Brunson has been there right now in complete command of this ball game.
Tatum with the screen on Brunson. Here's White driving the lane. The Knicks pull it in. Towns has got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Here's Bridges. Knocks down the 10-footer. And now an 8-point New York lead.
31-23.
Jalen Brunson has been on display for the Knicks. That quarter had to take a lot out of him. He racked up 12 points. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Thanks a lot. Here with Tom.
Thank you, David. And we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter. See you in just a bit.
And get ready for the fan half-court shots. Drum roll, please. They're thinking about the shot.
And we hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. We're halfway through the game. You know, Jalen Brunson has been exceptional here, guys. Wow.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
Boy, he has been shouldering the load. Aggressive, skilled, talented, and thus far unstoppable.
On the court for the Celtics. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. The post pair. Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Brown in at the small forward. Here's Pritchard. Pass to Cornette. Sinks the triple. Cornette's got the first basket of the third quarter for Boston. And we see, as in baseball doors, the introduction of the pitch timer to increase the pace of play. Do you think the NBA is taking notice of that?
What I know, Kevin, unequivocally is the NBA is in a constant state of monitoring its product and how can it make it more fan-friendly. The only criticism to me that's redundant is the pace of reviews. And the league is trying to streamline that to the best of their ability.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
Here's Pritchard, defended by McBride. Pocket 6. Pritchard passes to Cornette. The Celtics need to get a shot off. A shot by Pritchard, no good. The Knicks leading by 3. And looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
When a pick like that is questionable and creates that much of an advantage for the offense, you have to blow the whistle.
I don't think there's any question. There are so many rules that favor the offense these days. You've got to be able to equal things out when an illegal screen is set.
Here's Pritchard. Hasn't made one yet. And there's the call on Miles McBride.
First personal foul.
That is his first foul of the game. Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Here's Hauser. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. New York's gone to the three-pointer 11 times tonight, nailed 5 of them. Doris, the way this Knicks roster was put together, they have a great level of physicality.
Kevin, if you think about it, with the way the rules are starting to trend back toward that level of physicality, they've got an opportunity to be successful. They also have a big-time star in Jalen Brunson, so there's a lot to like about the future.
An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg, I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
Now here's Wright. And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Celtics trail by 3. Here's Pritchard. There's the pick. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's Hauser. He nails it, and we're tied up. Hauser's got his second bucket of the night.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Here's McBride, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
DeLon Wright proving that he is an excellent decision maker on the offensive end. He made open, let me find him.
And DeLon Wright gets the whistle that time. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second team foul.
Here's Hauser, guarded by Wright. Craig with a screen on Wright. Pass to Pritchard.
This is what superb defense is all about, guys. He read that all the way.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
There's 1:59 left to play here in the third. McBride with the ball. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Offline with his 3. The Celtics have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. Here's Pritchard, defended by McBride. Pritchard passes to Horford to the right side. Now here's Craig. He's tightly guarded. Horford no luck.
I think this is a spot he has got to become more consistent from if you want to command the defender's respect.
There's a screen by Robinson. Right, the pass to McBride. That 3 off the mark. Boston's gone 2 of 3 when they ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. And it's Robinson with the jam.
You've got to have a great sense of timing on the alley-oop pass. Fantastic finish by Mitchell Robinson.
Pritchard passes to Cornette. And so Boston again turning it over.
Boy, not sure what happened on that one. Just an unforced error.
The Knicks leading by 4. Right outside. Pass to McBride. Down low. Here's Achua. And it's sent back by Horford.
Well, this guy is a consistent shot blocking threat. Out Horford twice on the pipes.
And stolen by Wright. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Cans it from downtown. Wright's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Listen, even average three-point shooters are going to make that shot. Defense must be better.
Here's Pritchard. Thing on the board. Good. Here's Wright. It's a 5-point game. Pass to McBride. No one near him. The shot comes out.
The defense there got away with a major lapse.
And we've reached the end of the third. Knicks out front, up by... And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery.
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
Well, what a terrific game it's been so far, with this fourth quarter sure to bring more pressure-packed basketball. Hart is out there with Anunoby. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then it's Bridges. And it's Towns in at the 5 spot. So that's who's on the floor for the Knicks. Now Tatum after the missed three from Derek White. Good D by Anunoby.
Got to credit the defense. They found a way to stop him, and that's never an easy task.
Brunson kicks to Anunoby. Off target from outside. And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. That one's in there. The New York leaders cut down to just 3 in the basket from Kristaps Porzingis.
Well, we know that Kristaps Porzingis can shoot the rock. He's a sweet shooting big, but you'd love to see him use his size in the paint.
Now here's Brunson. The kick out to Anunoby. Towns sets the pick for Anunoby. The shot's good on the assist by Brunson. 6 points for OG Anunoby. And here's Holiday. 35. Outside Tatum. Over in the corner, White. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. The Knicks leading by 6. And here's Brunson outside. And the Knicks hit again from deep.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor space.
And right now, Greg, he is doing a great job delivering for this team. Productive and efficient.
Gets it to go from beyond the arc. White's got his first 3 points of the game.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Brunson, nice three, quick decision.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
Well, when it's closing time, he's trying to lock the door. He's been going all night.
And the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. And the shot goes in.
Well, this is where the powerful frame and explosive athleticism of Jaylen Brown becomes a problem for the opponent. Nicely done.
Now, here's Hart. And it's White with the rebound. Outside Holiday. And Karl Anthony Towns pulls it down. Towns has got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Here's Brunson. The kick out to Towns. Towns, a screen on Tatum. Back to Towns. Shakes him. He lays it in. And the Knicks lead by 8.
Well, this is what makes Towns so dangerous. Pick and roll, pick and pop. He can take you either way off that screen.
Here's Brown. And finished off by Brown.
And you can feel the excitement in the building. Both of these teams pouring it on.
There's been a bit of a flurry here late, and this game may come down to which side gets a stop or two.
And obviously his momentum from the last game has carried over here tonight.
And I think that's the one thing every player is searching for, consistency. They're giving this guy a chance to carry the offense once again.
A solid outside game. Holiday has good lift on his J. And at 6'4", he can get his shot off against just about anybody.
Now here's Brunson with the drive. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Anunoby. That falls. Nice speed that time from Brunson. 9 points for OG Anunoby. Holiday dishes to White. No good on the triple. If they want to, they can milk the clock just a little bit here.
Yeah, that's the best option.
Knocks it loose. Taken away by Holiday. There's 48 seconds left in the game. Brown, no good. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Brunson with a clean look. And another three for New York.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and
Did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
And they can just let the clock run out here.
cannot argue with the W. And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Holiday with the three.
Drew Holiday. Three-point goal.
Fires from way outside. It's off. So no problem for New York as they get the win. Even early on in this one, it seemed like they were happy to be playing at home tonight.
team. My attention is drawn to the front court matchup.
Oh, yeah, this should be a battle on the baseline. Great to watch skilled bigs trade blows and show off what they can do down low.
Here are the 5 for Philadelphia. Oubre is at the 2 with George playing the 3. Joel Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Maxey in at point guard. Shots good by Hart.
You know, confidence is a big part of success in the NBA. And when Hart is assertive like this, it helps him get going.
Maxey against Bridges. Now here's Maxey. The D's right on him. Embiid high post. 5 to shoot. Fires from the wing, and the jumper falls for him.
How about the soft jumper of Joel Embiid? When the ball comes out of his hands like this, you feel like it's going in every time.
Now here's Bridges. Outside Anunoby. And again, New York with the triple.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
And Mikal Bridges, still one of the better wing defenders in the league, Chris.
Yeah, he's so great at pestering a shooter. Good lateral movement and wingspan makes him hard to get around. He might not be the best in the league, but he is well above average.
Robinson against Embiid. Back to Maxey. Beyond the arc. Again, Maxey missing.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Bridges feeling it out a little bit. Towns a screen on Maxey. Here's Bridges. Kicks it out to Anunoby. Fades. The rebound by Embiid. Philadelphia has gone 0 for 2 from outside. Here's Drummond, and he drives in. Pass to Embiid. Here's George from the arc. Nice D from Bridges. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
I had a chance to catch up with Tom Thibodeau. I talked with him about Joel Embiid and asked him what he wants his team to do against him defensively. And he said, I told our big guys to play with physicality out there, but to also know when to go straight up and not let him bait us into silly fouls. It's not an easy assignment, but coach seemed confident in their chances of containing Joel. Guys?
Thanks for that, Allie. Here's Maxey. The Knicks making their last shot. Nice D from Bridges.
A rare miss for him at point-blank range. That's one he'd like to have back.
Back to Hart. He takes it in. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
It's going to go on Tyrese Maxey.
You know, guys, Josh Hart is somebody that's going to give you everything he's got. His combination of outside shooting and defense is really quite valuable to any team.
Well, Grant, one thing about this Knicks team, they have a clear identity.
Yeah, they have the mentality of their city, New York City, playing the game with passion and in-your-face attitude. And, of course, these Knicks leave it all out on the floor.
Now here's Bridges to the middle. Here's Towns, and it's powered home by Towns.
Leaving no doubt on that one. The explosiveness of Towns, really powerful.
And stolen by Bridges. Driving in, and it's Bridges with the jam.
Building a big advantage early with a terrific all-around performance.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Here's George. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Outside Maxey. George, a screen on Bridges. Back to George. 5 on the clock. To stop the run. Oubre can't hit.
I I wouldn't say that's exactly his spot now. I mean, and you can see why.
Here's Towns. And it's Towns with the power finish.
They've controlled the paint so far. That's been the difference.
And, you know, establishing that physical dominance early gives you a big mental edge, too. Don't discount that.
Now here's Maxey. Embiid, a screen on Bridges. For three, Maxey. The Knicks with the rebound. Robinson's got 6 rebounds in the game. Bridges with it. Guarded now by George. Hart passes to Bridges. Robinson against George. Here's Anunoby. Robinson can't hit. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first. Pass to Embiid. George, a screen on Towns. Embiid misses.
It's one thing to prevent the layup. It's another to do it without fouling. Just terrific defense.
It's stolen by Oubre. He's off on that one. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And a moment to check out the scoring breakdown for the Knicks.
Everything working for them inside so far, guys. Tons of high-quality shots that they're knocking down inside.
Yeah, also, you got to appreciate how unselfish they've been. I mean, the ball movement has been impressive, and the assist numbers are off the chart.
So, on the floor for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. Maxey and Oubre pair up at the 1 and the 2. Andre Drummond is out there with Joel Embiid. And it's George in at the 3.
And, you know, for all his perimeter skills, Towns also bringing that physicality inside.
Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
Now here's Maxey. Yet to see a basket. 4 on the clock. Drummond. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got rebound number 8 now. Bridges with it. Picked up by Embiid. Towns for 3. Back to Bridges. Down low. And it's Towns with the power finish.
He's been playing great unselfish basketball, really putting the rock in the hands of the right shooters.
He is delivering a lot of room service times tonight. One sweet one after another.
And timeout is called by Nick Nurse. A moment to rest and confer on the game plan.
Let's give it up for your next record dance crew.
76ers trail by 17. Outside Maxey. Pass to Embiid. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to go on Mitchell Robinson. What a 22-23 season it was for Joel Embiid. Named MVP with the Sixers, Clark.
Yeah, and that was Philly's first MVP since the answer, Allen Iverson, back in 2001. Embiid led the league in scoring at over 33 a game on 55% shooting from the floor. Remarkable. Nobody could stop him. He was virtually unguardable.
And now we have an intentional foul. I'm not sure why.
Yeah, bizarre play, B.A. Not sure what got into him.
Bridges against George. Pass to Anunoby. 6 on the shot clock. Bridges, a screen on Maxey. Anunoby for 3. Hits a three-pointer. Anunoby's gotten his second bucket on the night.
This three-point shot looks so pure. The defense allowing him to get comfortable out there.
Let's check in with our reporter, Allie LaForce.
You gotta love Tyrese Maxey's approach to the game. He said, quote, "I really have a simple life. I have this joy about playing basketball. I like putting in the work, so I'm extremely focused, extremely competitive, and I'm out here having the time of my life. I get to do what I love every single day, and it's a blessing," unquote. Brian, he's such a positive guy.
Yeah, he really is. Thanks for that, Allie. Towns passes to Anunoby. It's stolen by Drummond. Pass to Oubre. Screen by Embiid. Oubre passes to Drummond. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
Some real tenacity from Drummond there. Battles through the foul for the and one play.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
You know, guys, when you look at those numbers last year for him, I think it does affect how much you're willing to go after contact, because you're a little fearful of getting to the foul line unless you're in the and one situation. Too many trips to the line when you shoot it as poorly as he does actually can hurt you.
Towns can't get it to go.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
And Clark, this last summer, former Sixer Doug Collins inducted into the Basketball Hall of Fame.
Yeah, well-deserved honor for Doug. I mean, he's Philly's former #1 overall pick back in 1973, and he played almost a decade there for the Sixers. Also coached the Sixers, among many other teams that he had a chance to coach in the NBA, but clearly an NBA lifer and one of the best guys that's part of the NBA fraternity.
And so it's New York with it, after the Sixers picked up a basket a moment ago. Here's Bridges. Oh, he got it with a pump fake, but he couldn't finish. And so it's George with it. He brings it up for the Philadelphia 76ers. It's a 14-point game. Here's Maxey. Here's Drummond. Foul on Josh Hart. That's his first foul of the game.
Third team foul.
1:02 left in the half. George feels it out a bit. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Oh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now.
Not backing away from the physicality of the game. Drummond is never afraid of getting hit when he's trying to score.
At the line, 2 shots.
And the second free throw is good. Despite Joel Embiid missing more than half of their games, Grant, the Sixers still won 47 games last season.
Yeah, B.A., and lots of credit goes to Tyrese Maxey, averaging over 26 points a game. Philadelphia also had some good depth, and that really helped.
Here's Maxey after the basket by New York on the other end. Drummond to screen on Bridges. 30 seconds left in the second period. And Maxey, here we go. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Bridges outside. Pass to Robinson. Uses the glass on the layup. Robinson's got his first points of the game.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
Well, I'm going to credit the screen. I mean, that's a good, strong pick he lays there.
Embiid with it. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's New York, looking in total control. Thank you, Allie. Good stuff. We will be right back after this break for the beginning of the third quarter. As we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. You have to like what we're seeing from Karl Anthony Towns.
And in the first half, he dominated in the post. He got the looks he wanted and was able to execute.
Yeah, you know what? I think he's doing exactly what he has to do. Using his body, shaking off contact, and then finishing at the rim.
DeLon Wright is out there with P.J. Tucker. Then there's Precious Achiuwa. Then there's Jalen Brunson. And it's McBride in at the 2-guard spot. That's Tom Thibodeau's 5 as we get going in the second half. Yabusele, look that. Clark, every player should know their leash with the officials.
Very much so, but I think most players should keep their mouths shut. There's too much yakking at officials, in my mind. It takes away from the beauty of the game. It's an eyesore. And I wish more players would just play and keep their mouths shut, especially when it comes to talking to the official.
Here's McCain. Achiuwa with the rebound. New York leading by 15. Now here's McBride. Pass to Tucker. Brunson with it. Floats one up. And the shot goes in. And the Knicks lead by 17.
Such a strong floater game. Just another part of Brunson's expanding arsenal.
Outside Butler. Driving inside. Outside Edwards. Butler, a screen on right. Here's Edwards. Soft touch off the glass.
And clearly he needs no time to warm up.
Yeah, really good sign for them offensively. They should keep getting him touches. Make sure he gets shots here.
Now here's Brunson. Brunson driving, and the layup is good off the glass. Brunson's got 4 points in the quarter.
Knifing to the rim with ease. Brunson attacks these open lanes with tenacity.
Well, I don't think anyone predicted that Jalen Brunson would become the player he is today, Grant.
Yeah, that's for sure, B.A. Or he definitely wouldn't have been a second-round pick. He's a hard worker, a competitor, and an elite offensive player.
Here's Yabusele over Tucker. Achua with a rebound. And now the Knicks on the break. Ooh, the deft touch on the lob.
Oh, incredible! Save that one. I want to watch it again.
Awesome.
Virtually impossible to top that alley-oop.
All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
When you have an MVP talent in his prime, the focus has to be on winning the title. The Sixers' Joel Embiid said, quote, "The only thing I care about is winning. That takes a lot, and everybody has to contribute. I'm always going to believe in myself. I love the guys that we have. We are going to go and fight every single night."
Great perspective there. Thanks, Allie. Now here's Brunson. 19-point lead, which is the largest margin of the game. Pass to Achua. Back to Brunson. Achua with a screen on Butler. Here's Brunson. And there's the drive. And he banks in the layup. Brunson's got 6.
And I love the trust between Brunson and his guys. I mean, they're working so hard to set each other up.
Here's the pick. To the inside. And here they go on a free run to the bucket. Rips down the breakaway slam.
They're making it look easy out there, just having fun.
Yeah, offensively, they've just been rolling. Impossible to stop.
Here's McCain. McBride covers. Pass to Butler. Late clock. The Sixers need to put one up here. Here's McCain. No good. Had a chance to end the run there. Butler against Brunson. Right, the pass to Tucker. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. Love it.
And don't leave out the coaching staff here now. I mean, their game plan has been perfect.
Now here's Butler. No points yet, but Grant, all the high hopes Knicks fans have had in recent years, they have finally come to fruition.
Yeah, it really was good to see the Knicks have a great campaign last year. From the players to the coaches to the front office and the fans. They've pressed all the right buttons.
Butler hits them both. Clark, the Sixers have been at least 10 games over 500 for 7 straight seasons now.
Yeah, and that's great to see after, what was it called? The process that took them all the way to the very depths of the league to finally build themselves back into a consistent playoff team. And their fans certainly deserve good times for struggling through all of those bad times several years ago.
And that's out of bounds. Philadelphia will retain possession. We've got 22 seconds left in the third quarter. Clock at 6. Down low. Here's Bona, and it's going to be a goaltending call here, so they will count the bucket.
Well, at least the D was going for it, but he got to the ball just a moment late.
Brunson against Butler. Outside Brunson. From down in the low post, it goes. Brunson's got 10 points now, just in this quarter.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
You know, he should be getting extra attention from the defense, not less.
And so it's the New York Knicks continuing to pile it on, up 20. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, just shredding the defense with that feed. Zero chance to stop that.
Yeah, that's just a brilliant read of the defense. I mean, it was also excellent anticipation of the movement of his teammates before the pass. Just great harmony on all sides.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may already be out of hand. Taking a look at the 76ers. Oubre is at the 2 with George playing the 3. Joel Embiid is out there with Andre Drummond, and it's Maxey in at the point. So it's Philadelphia now after the basket by New York. Bridges against Maxey. Embiid a screen on Bridges. Maxey passes to Embiid. Just 5 on the clock. Oubre can't hit. New York has gotten 3 of their 7 threes to find the net in this matchup. And it's Robinson penetrating. And a big finish by Robinson.
And slammed that thing through.
A nasty two-hander.
Max Force throwdown.
Maxey against Bridges. Maxey passes to Embiid. And the three-pointer goes.
And Embiid does have this range. I mean, it's something the defense has to respect.
George against Bridges. About a minute and a half through the fourth quarter now. Nifty move. And he sinks the layup.
You're not going to get stops against him unless you give an effort.
Priority and goal number 1 has to be tightening up the defense. They can't afford to give him open looks.
Now here's George. And the foul on Josh Hart. That's foul number 2 for him.
Second personal foul. First team foul.
Oubre finds Drummond. Six on the shot clock. Drummond to screen on Anunoby. Here's George. And it falls all over the rim and in. George has got his first 2 points.
And George typically capitalizes well off any pick and roll situation because he makes quick decisions and his basketball IQ is pretty high.
Anunoby a screen on George. Bridges against George. Outside Anunoby. Over Maxey. Anunoby can't get it to go. And Embiid has got the ball here for the 76ers. And Mitchell Robinson picks up the foul.
Mitchell Robinson.
That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Second team foul.
If you're just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it. Embiid a screen on Hart. Oubre passes to Embiid. Over Towns. The Knicks with the rebound.
Well, you know he wants that one back. I mean, more often than not, he'll sink that mid-range jumper.
2 minutes remaining.
Hart with a screen on Oubre. Pass to Hart. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Getting inside and doing damage there really elevates Hart's game, and I'd like to see him be that kind of all-around threat.
Drummond with the screen. Anunoby against George. From deep three-point land. It's hauled in by Robinson. Robinson's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. Anunoby can't get it to go. And the foul on Josh Hart. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Personal foul. 3rd team foul.
Philadelphia has gone 1 for 3 in the fourth quarter from range.
And you can see how scary this team can be when everything is clicking for them. Just a terrific performance for the Knicks.
And the disparity in the talent was obvious by the end. Sometimes you just don't have enough ammunition to compete.
Yeah, B.A., just a total beatdown. And the next time these teams meet, I can't imagine it'll be any different.
And while there were some guys out there that played well, what really stood out was the production for Mitchell Robinson.
And you can't put a price on the value of his rebounding in this game. His effort on the glass was a game changer.
Now here's Oubre. Pass to Maxey. Drummond with the screen. Maxey against Bridges. Oh, Robinson with a block. And that's a foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul of the game.
And just a great job of getting there first and absorbing the contact.
No question about it. No flop there. That was a direct shot to the chest.
Now here's Maxey. Pass to Drummond. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Maxey.
I'm not sure whose fault that was, guys, but they need to get on the same page here.
And New York has possession. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Bridges finds Anunoby. Shoots over Maxey. New York again can't hit. George against Bridges. Pass to Maxey. Puts up a three. And he can't get that one. And so it's the Knicks taking care of business in this one. Boy, they were something. All right, Allie, thank you. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now.
Has a bit of an old school feel to it, doesn't it? These teams love to run things down low.
Yeah, it's going to be a heck of a matchup, Kevin. A little bit of bully ball, you could say. Having a center you can run your offense through makes the rest of your offense that much better.
Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Maxey and Oubre, they have the guard duties. Andre Drummond is out there with George, and it's Embiid in at the 5 down low. And here's Holiday, who will bring it up for Boston. For 3, it's good. He makes his first shot of the game.
Gotta respect the range of Holiday if you're the team, showing he can hurt you from that area.
Holiday against Maxey. Poked away. Tatum deciding where to go with it. Lets the 3 fly. Rebound Andre Drummond. And now just over a minute played here in the first. And Nick Nurse, Greg, the 26th head coach in 76ers franchise history.
And Kevin, known for his creativity and that outside-the-box thinking, I think it's a good fit with this forward-thinking front office.
And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thank you, Kevin. Had a chance to catch up with Joe Mazzulla. Well, we talked about how difficult a matchup Joel Embiid can be for a defense. Coach told me it's all about not letting him get established down low and making him try to beat us with longer shots. If we do that, I think we'll be fine. Of course, saying it on the sidelines is one thing, and doing it on the court, quite another. Guys?
Thank you, David. Celtics on D. Following the basket by Tyrese Maxey. Basket good.
Turning on the Jets, Maxey found the lane and made them pay.
Holiday against George. Outside Holiday. Five to shoot. Brown outside. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday.
Muscling that one in. JB is a strong individual.
Up top, Maxey. He has 6.
And one step ahead of the defense with that solid screen.
And then, Greg, the monster dunk to finish it off.
Oh, great chemistry on display. He understood where to put the screen in order to free up his teammates.
And the basket by Tatum.
What muscle on that finish. It's hard trying to prevent Tatum from converting.
Maxey against Holiday. Outside, Maxey. This one for 3. A 3-pointer is right on target. Maxey's got 11 points.
So locked in from range, Maxey almost makes it look effortless.
This team has handed a lot of responsibility to Tyrese Maxey, but Greg, he's lived up to it.
And has grown very well into his role with the team. Shown that he can be a scorer all over the floor. Amazing to think how far he's come in such a short amount of time.
Good instincts to read the path and get in a position to pick it off.
Nice fake, but the layup off the mark. Celtics trail by 4. Outside Tatum. Over in the corner, White. It's hauled in by the 76ers.
And he's usually able to score on that type of defense rather easily. Surprising to see him come away empty.
George passes to Drummond. Back to George. Oubre sets the screen for George. From down in the low post, it goes.
I love seeing George be so assertive down low. Certainly doesn't lack confidence. An accomplished scorer.
Now here's White. Still yet to score from outside the arc. It's Drummond with the rebound.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Embiid finds George. There's 37 seconds left to play in the first. Oubre, a screen on Brown. Here's George. Porzingis with the rebound.
Not sure what the D was doing there. Clearly a breakdown. You can ill afford to give a guy like him that good look.
Holiday gets the bucket.
And I love Holiday's shot selection. Fantastic at realizing when he should shoot off the catch.
Outside, Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Oh, he just punches that one down with a fury.
He rubs it in a little deeper with the hanging finish. And here's Brown outside. Tyrese Maxey. He's been the guy making things happen for the Philadelphia 76ers. He put together quite a quarter. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. And a closer look here at the scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
They've started the game the right way, penetrating the defense and attacking the rim. They're just not settling.
Oh, man, their mid-range jumper also has been on fire. Tough to beat a group of guys shooting with that much confidence.
The small and power forwards, the star pair of Brown and Tatum. Holiday in the backcourt. To his side is White. And it's Porzingis in at the center. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Celtics. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, well, like a lockdown corner in football, teams just try to keep the ball away from Jrue Holiday. He says, I feel like they're not afraid of me, but like, okay, get him off the ball. To me, that's respect. I don't need other people telling me how good I am. You can see it by their actions. Kevin?
So true. He can be intimidating, David, and we thank you for that report.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Lays it up off the glass. Maxey's got 18 points.
Nice play, and you can see they're gathering momentum.
Yeah, but they can't relax. They've got to keep building on this lead because it is not safe.
Boston again missing. The 76ers leading by 10. Embiid finds Oubre. Back to Embiid. Assertive move by Embiid.
This is why they feed Embiid. His teammates trust his ability to get the job done.
And you know, guys, with Embiid on the floor, it's not just about his individual play. He changes everything for everyone on that team. That's how dominant he is. It's not just statistics. His presence alone propels them.
Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. The rebound by Holiday. Celtics trail by 10. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
A 3 from Porzingis. And Embiid pulls it down. And so George will bring it up for Philadelphia. Only giving up 2 points this quarter. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Embiid sets the pick for George. And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
That's going to draw a whistle every time down the floor. Not even close to being a legal screen.
That's a very avoidable turnover. You got to focus on the details.
And Holiday kicks to Porzingis. Takes a 3. That one misses.
Good job by the D to stay with him and make that a tough 3.
Maxey attacking. In the corner, it's Oubre. To the paint. Here's Embiid. And Embiid throws it down.
Get out of that man's way. Embiid throwing down that power finish.
And there's the drive. White wide open. He fires. It's good. The assist that time from Holiday. White's got it back down to a single-digit deficit for Boston. Holiday against Maxey. 2:44 left in the first half, and they wasted no time getting those 3 points back.
3 points.
Maxi's got 8 points here in this quarter. White the pass to Porzingis. Brown against Oubre. Brown jams it in.
Come on, Jalen, that's just ridiculous.
Maxey looking it over. To the inside, and it's Drummond with the jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Pass to Tatum. Out to Porzingis. All alone. And that one is good.
And the soft touch for a guy Porzingis' size. He shoots it so well from the mid-range.
Maxey against Holiday. Drummond passes to Maxey. Tatum against Maxey. Tatum down low. And Tatum hammers it home.
Tatum just has too much bounce right there. Better be careful. You're trying to stop that.
Now, here's Maxey. He's got 21. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And watch out, you don't bring the whole basket down on top of you, young fella.
I don't think he ever wanted to let go of the rim. Shot is good, and the 76ers lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from White.
I tell you what, it's almost like stealing to watch how he plays the game from this seat.
Here's Embiid, and the 76ers tack on 2 more.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers headed to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. Shooting the ball so well in this one. A great performance from the field. Back to the action in just a minute.
They're thinking about the shot.
We played through the first half. Plenty of basketball, though, left in this one. You look at Tyrese Maxey in this one, guys. He has been everywhere.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
And when you rip through the D like he did in that first half, you got to stay aggressive. Keep getting to the rim.
And so in the game for the 76ers, they've got Edwards, and it's McCain in at the shooting guard position. 6 on the shot clock. Hauser the pass to Craig. Pass to Hauser. Here's the 3. Rebound by the 76ers. They've held a 12-point lead early. Here's Bono. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
I tell you what, he looks fresh coming out of halftime, if that possession's any indication.
Here's Pritchard, now recovering. And the foul called on Edwards. That is his first foul of the game. Pritchard, how do you think the game has changed since you retired?
Well, the jump shooting teams have had more success. I think the game has changed, and it allows for more Europeans. It allows for it to be more of a global game. The less physical, the more inclusive.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
And that could be the spark they needed to make a little run as they try to even this thing up.
And that one drops. And the 76ers lead by 9.
And just so crafty around the hoop. Lowry probably 6 feet at best, but he can slip inside and score with the best of them.
Oh, he launched that one from way outside. Horford's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
Hey, Kevin, even with an MVP and Joel Embiid, the Sixers can't be a one-man show. Embiid says, I watch a lot of games and I see what's working. Good basketball means cutting, moving, guys getting off the ball, and it's moving and not sticking. But you need the right guys to execute that system. And I think we've got the right guys. Kevin?
I know you and I agree they do, David. Thank you very much. And he drives in the three. And Philadelphia grabs the miss.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
They set the pick. Here's McCain. Tipped away. Celtics trail by 6. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul.
First personal foul, second team foul.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. Craig kicks to Cornette. Back to Craig. 6 to shoot. And Spona with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 6.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Here's McCain. He has yet to score. Edwards' shot is good.
When he gets a quality look like this at the perimeter, he can almost be automatic.
Pass to Cornette. Horford with it. Right here. Here's Pritchard. Now recovering. Driving in. Here's Cornette. Off target with his 3. The 76ers have gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half. Left side Lowry. There's the pick. Played in with a nice touch off the glass. Lowry's got his second bucket of the game to go.
You got to give it up for Lowry's toughness. He's got that scorer's mentality. Some contact won't stop him from converting.
Into the lane. Pritchard passes to Hauser. Jacks up a 3. And it's Lowry with the rebound. Philadelphia leading by 11. To the middle. Here's Edwards. And Edwards with the stuff.
And really the story of this second half. One team getting the shots they want. The other, not so much.
And start with their defense. They've been intense on that end, and they can actually help their offense as well.
Some nice ball movement here by the 76ers. Got a piece of it. And a fast break now for the Celtics. Here's Craig. And finished off by Craig. 15 seconds left in the third quarter. Lowry looking around. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Lowry's got the lead up to 13 now for the 76ers.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
And so it's Philadelphia. 13 points up at the end. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And I I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And you love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Not just playing selflessly, but also making a smart decision with the ball.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. White in its shooting guard, with Brown playing small forward. The post pair, Tatum and Porzingis. And it's Holiday in at the point guard position. That's the Boston Five.
A really smart player. Holiday can find the spaces inside and exploit them for points.
Holiday against Maxey. 5 on the clock. Pass to Embiid.
The thing you love about Maxey is that he always has a smile when he's out there. He's enjoying himself, and he embraces the challenge that the game presents.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
I like how they've been attacking the lane. It's been beautiful. All game long, they've been successful, penetrating, and getting offensive production.
And also, guys, the confidence to keep taking the three. It's been falling, so they've got to keep going back to it.
Tatum dishes to Holiday. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Holiday's got 4 points this quarter.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Maxey against Holiday. Here's George. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. And the 76ers lead by 15. Boston shooting at 50% in a decent groove. Holiday with it. Now defended by Embiid. And the foul on Drew Holiday. That is his first foul of the game.
Oh, great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
Embiid with the screen on Holiday. Maxey passes to Embiid, and Embiid throws it down.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. Holiday surveying the floor. The kick out to Tatum. And the jam by Tatum.
One of the craziest dunks we've seen. Tatum with the bounce.
Maxey against Holiday. Drummond with a screen on Holiday. Here's Maxey. And it's White with the rebound. Oh, and here comes Holiday all alone. And Holiday throws it down.
He's an explosive, athletic guard. And I tell you, the coaching staff must love watching Holiday in the open court.
Maxey kicks to Oubre. Back to Maxey. Oubre outside. George sends a screen for Oubre. Outside, George. Fires from way outside. Rebound, Boston.
And that was a little bit of a range check for him.
Yeah, he might have been feeling himself a little too much on that one. He can hit it, but not consistent.
Maxey against Holiday. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
Watch out when Maxey finds his groove like this. He'll just keep coming at you and at you.
George against Holiday. Andre Drummond grabs the miss. Drummond's got his 5th rebound in this one. Pass to Maxey. Embiid with the screen on Holiday. Maxey against Holiday. Maxey on the wing. The high post shot. The rebound by Jason Tatum. The Celtics have gone 5 of 6 from the field to start the fourth quarter on a roll.
And so only one team answered the bell tonight, guys. Not a monster blowout by any means, but still a double-digit victory for the 76ers.
We got to see a display of offensive prowess in this one that got it done. High-scoring game.
Bucket after bucket. They were really in attack mode all game long.
And you know, when you look at the huge impact he had, just a monster game for Tyrese Maxey.
We certainly got to see his best effort on offense, attacking the defense without fear and grabbing a lot of buckets.
Here's George. It's rebounded by Porzingis. Not sure the miracle Craig is on hand here tonight for them.
Well, they need one, but gonna play it until the final whistle.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what was, I think, a pretty hostile environment.
It really was. You know, it's never going to be easy on the road, but they didn't have too many problems with that tonight.
And a chance now to send it over to... All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony and our reporter David Aldridge. And the...
2K Sports. Now, New York starting five. OG Anunoby out there with Carl. Then it's Mikal Bridges, and it's Josh Hart, and it's Brunson in at point guard. And for Boston, the core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court, Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2, and it's Porzingis in at the 5. Well, this has all the makings of a great game, Graham. It's a matchup between two Eastern Conference juggernauts.
Oh, B.A., this will be a great test for both sides. They're each loaded with talent, and I wouldn't be surprised if these teams end up meeting in the postseason.
And so it's Boston with it after the basket by New York on the other end. White for 3, and Anunoby pulls it down.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Back to Brunson. Bridges outside. Outside Hart. Shot clock at 6. Towns on a screen. Hart goes in. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. That one on Tatum. Stan, you look at the Celtics, as high-powered as they come offensively.
No question, Brian. They can space the floor at every position, and any one of their starters is able to give you 20 on a given night.
Holiday against Bridges. Brown, a screen on Bridges. The shot by Holiday, no good. And now just over a minute played here in the first. Brunson with it. Porzingis picks him up defensively. Here's Towns. Yes, and a nice assist from Brunson.
Nice positioning and footwork on point. And Towns so smooth down there inside.
Outside White. Outside Porzingis. Lets the 3 fly. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Hart from long range. Tatum pulls it in. Boston's gone 0 for 3 from downtown. Here's White. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively.
Brunson against Holiday. And stolen by Holiday. Here we go. Pass to Tatum. And Anunoby pulls it down. The Knicks have gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Anunoby a screen on White. Bridges passes to Brunson. White with the steal. It's a one-on-one situation. Tatum from long range. Karl Anthony Towns comes up with a rebound. Knicks leading by 4. Bridges with it. The 3 is up. Second chance effort. Pass to Anunoby. That one's good. And it's Towns with the assist.
Yeah, and for Towns, great awareness at the offensive end.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
Tatum against Anunoby. Tatum looking it over. Outside Porzingis. Back to Tatum. Shot clock at 5. Shoots over Anunoby. Got it from about 16 feet.
Yeah, tricky area for some guys, but not Tatum. He can hurt you from mid-range.
Brunson against Holiday. Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there. Misses in close. Outside White. From outside the arc. Drills it from deep. White's got 5 now.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Tatum finds Holiday. Porzingis for 3. And he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
So smooth off the catch. Porzingis is excellent at judging when to take quick shots.
Towns a screen on Holiday. Kicks it out Towns. 36 seconds left in the opening quarter. Towns a screen on Holiday. Kicks it out Towns. Launches it from deep. Rebounded by the Celtics.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
And here's Brown for 3. And again, Boston with the triple.
Brown does a nice job of staying ready and making himself a weapon off the ball.
Right side, Brunson. Here he goes. Will it go? And it's good. But hang on here. The officials may want to take a look at it on the replay monitor.
Review the play.
The previous play is a play. The question, did he get the basket off in time or not?
And, of course, they want to make sure it was the right call, but I'm not sure how much it'll impact this game. We'll see.
And after reviewing the play, it looks like they're overturning the call here. That basket is good.
It would have been a real shame if those...
And still a close game as the first quarter comes to a close. Boston out in front, leading by just 2. And quarter number 2 will get underway just after this short break. And it's been a pretty even game here after 1 quarter of play. And what do you guys think so far about the offensive approach for the Celtics?
Well, the thing about hitting early threes, it spaces the floor and makes things a lot easier offensively.
Another thing they're doing well early on is moving the ball, playing selfless basketball, and getting everybody involved on the offensive end.
So here are the 5 for New York as they start the second. Karl Anthony Towns is out there with OG Anunoby. Then there's Jalen Brunson. Then it's Mikal Bridges. And it's Hart in at the 3. Porzingis with a screen on Anunoby. 13 feet out. And it's Tatum missing.
Well, he's more than comfortable in the mid-range, but you can't make them all.
Here's Brunson. Brunson inside with the finish.
Now, he may only be 6'1", but Brunson plays much bigger than that. I mean, he plays with a physicality.
The kick out to White. Just over a minute has passed here in the second quarter. Hard against Brown. Towns with a rebound. Towns has got 5 rebounds tonight. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant. Not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall. And he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
Jalen Brunson's craft sets him apart. He said, quote, "I've always played with my instincts and tried to see the game a couple plays ahead. As I've gotten older, that part of my game has gotten wiser and better, but I'm still learning." Brian, that's a scary thought for the rest of the league.
He's already plenty dangerous, Allie. Outside Holiday, 4-3. And it's New York with a rebound. Anunoby's got his 4th rebound in this one. Brunson against Holiday. Brunson taking his time here. On the take, here's Towns. And it's Jason Tatum with a rebound. Tatum's got 5 rebounds in the game. White with it, Towns covering. Out of bounds, it'll be New York's ball.
I don't know what the heck happened there. That's just a careless turnover.
The Knicks have got 3 of 6 shots to go here in the second quarter. Brunson against Holiday. Anunoby a screen on Holiday. Outside Brunson. Hart with a screen on Holiday. Brunson passes to Towns. Shoots over Brown. Second shot opportunity, and the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight. The life of an NBA head coach, Stan, is not easy. You've lived it. What's the toughest part of the job? Don't say dealing with the media.
Well, no, it's not. But, Brian, I think people would easily say it's the time spent away from home, and it's also the losing, quite honestly. But I think what my family had the hardest time with was how consumed I was as a coach during the season. So even when I was home, all I was doing was thinking about basketball.
And how many losses have you endured as a broadcaster, coach?
0. Undefeated, Brian, undefeated.
Holiday with the ball, and it's Brunson picking him up. Holiday taking his time here. Late clock, the Celtics got to hurry here. Here's Porzingis. Here's Tatum. Goes back up. Hey, Tatum getting it done inside.
Oh, the long arms of Tatum. Man, do they come in handy on the glass.
Here's Brunson outside. Drops in the three. Brunson's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, it's a three-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
Tatum finds Porzingis. Back to Tatum. Porzingis with it. For three. The rebound by Bridges.
Defensive breakdown there, and they got lucky. He's not going to miss too many of those.
Got to be careful shooting around Porzingis. His length is so capable of erasing shots. Incredible. I mean, high energy in transition. Just beating the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Brunson passes to Bridges. Holiday against Brunson. There's the drive. Brunson slicing and dicing.
Knifing to the rim with ease. Brunson attacks these open lanes with tenacity.
Holiday passes to White. Outside, Brown. Up in time. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that's been very close so far. It's the Knicks. They lead by... Okay, Ali, appreciate it. And folks, we'll be back after halftime to begin the third quarter. Second half of basketball is upon us, and we may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game we've seen so far. You look at Jalen Brunson, what a contribution.
What makes him an exciting player is the ultra-aggressive mindset that we saw over and over in the first half.
Yeah, he hasn't been settling. He's getting to the rim, and that's him at his best.
They've got Luke Cornett, Torrey Craig out there with Al Horford. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Hauser in at the 2. That's who's in the game for the Celtics. Knicks leading by 5. Right side, McBride. Pass to Wright. And out of bounds, the Celtics will take it. Well, the Celtics shooting just under 40% from the field. There's a screen. Pritchard, the pass to Hauser. And that one drops.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
And Stan, he went undrafted back in 2021. But Wisconsin native Sam Hauser has worked his way into a rotation role.
Well, Brian, everyone's looking for shooters, and he is a knockdown shooter. And at 6'7", boasts good size and plays both ends of the court.
McBride offline with a 3. Celtics trail by 3. And here's Horford for 3. Hey, Horford from range.
You see the great fundamentals. Horford sets up with a quick shot off the feed. No hesitation.
McBride passes to Tucker. Sinks it from distance. Tucker's gotten himself on the board with a 3 there.
Exchanging buckets from downtown. That's been a staple of tonight's game.
And sometimes you get in a shootout like this, but you just hope that you can get a stop first.
Just over a minute and a half played in the third. Robinson with a steal.
Well, that's just great awareness. He was ready and took advantage.
No good from outside. Boston's gone 1 of 2 shooting from the perimeter since halftime. Hauser passes to Pritchard. Here's Hauser, pounded by Wright. Just 5 to shoot. Pass to Horford. Horford gets it done inside.
Yeah, the moment Horford has the rock down low, good night. I mean, just too many moves from the vet.
Here's Wright. Outside Robinson. Launches it. Rebounded by the Celtics. Outside Craig. Pass to Cornette. Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. I mean, I'm just not sure what he was thinking right there. I mean, he needs to get his head in the game.
Here's Pritchard. McBride covers. Pritchard, the pass to Hauser. For the lead. Again, Boston.
And since the break, both teams are increasing their intensity and really getting after it.
Yeah, and you can feel the pace picking up in this second half. Both teams have dialed up the intensity.
Back to McBride. Outside Achua. Pass to Wright. Going inside. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam.
And you have to love it. The floor general taking things into his own hands.
Just the aggression they're looking for, man.
Well, it's always a big plus when you have a point guard that can attack the rim like that. Puts so much pressure on the defense.
Here in the second half, these teams still neck and neck.
I really like how each team is matching the other's intensity.
And he goes in for the dunk.
What? Wait. Hey. Dunks are always for the big boy.
Emphatic move by the point guard.
Well, in this league, you can see powerful plays from anyone and anywhere. Your position no longer dictates your scoring options.
Here's Hauser. Drills it from deep. Hauser's got 7 points in the game.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
Outside McBride. Jacks up a 3. Second chance shot. Horford pulls it in.
Well, you got to miss sometimes, but that one seemed like a gimme.
To the middle. And Horford powers it home.
Look at Horford just rocketing off the floor. Putting the defense on notice with a big dunk.
Here's McBride. Lays it up and banks it in. McBride's got his first points of the night.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense there.
Just 2 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Hauser. Off target from outside. The Knicks have gone 5 of 11 in this third quarter. And slam dunk by Tucker. Man, what a wild one this has been.
8 lead changes, some big plays, and some big mistakes, too.
Here's the 3. That shot is off. It's still anybody's game as we reach the end of 3. Knicks out in front, leading by just 2. And right after this, we'll bring you the start of the final quarter. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You can count on him to deliver a few assists like this one each and every night.
Well, that is what coaches want from their point guard. Set others up, play the game the right way.
Well, this has been a great contest so far. I imagine the fourth quarter could have more action in store for us. And on the floor for New York here in the fourth, we've got OG Anunoby, Jalen Brunson is out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns, and it's Hart in at the 3, the small forward. For 3, Porzingis. The Knicks pull it in. Towns has got 7 rebounds in the game. Bridges against White. Towns a screen on White. For 3, Bridges. Boston with a rebound. White on the wing. Back to Holiday. White with a screen on Hart. Here's Holiday. Banked it in off the glass.
And they have a never-give-up attitude.
Yeah, and as a coach, you love having a team like this. They've got 0 quitting.
Anunoby passes to Bridges. Back to Anunoby. Towns, left side. This one for 3. Boston pulls it in. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now. Brown in the high post. He's against Bridges. And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it.
Final quarter of play, about a minute and a half off the clock. Pass to Porzingis. 5 to shoot. Porzingis putting the size to work.
Now, we know he can hit threes, but Kristaps showing he can slam it too.
For New York, they've gotten just 1 shot to fall out of 3 attempts in the 4th. Out to Bridges. Outside Brunson. Yes! And the foul! It's on Drew Holiday. And in a game this close, they're going to challenge the call. Coach does not agree with it, and he wants them to take another look at the monitor.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many...
The play is under video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look, so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
During that last break, I heard Joe Mazzulla as he talked with the team. He pleaded with his guys to keep their emotions in check, saying, "You're battling right now. Continue to play smart. Don't try to be a hero out there. Play for one another." Guys, let's see what happens.
As always, Allie, we thank you.
1 shot.
That free throw good from Brunson. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Holiday. And Holiday powers it home.
Now, if you give Holiday a crease, that'll happen. I mean, he just blew the doors off the defense.
White against Hart. Out to Bridges. Outside Brunson. Anunoby on the wing. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. Check out Brunson going to work inside.
I mean, towards the end of the game, you want Brunson out there, and he can do some special things for you.
Holiday against Bridges. Holiday passes to Brown. Back to Holiday. Into the lane. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Boy, I'll tell you, when Holiday shifts gears, he quickly leaves people behind.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Here's Brunson. Missed inside. Boston trailing. It's stolen by Hart. It's Bridges on the wing. Shoots over White. Out to Bridges. 3-pointer. Rebounded by the Celtics.
I mean, he's trying to shoot his way out of what's becoming a prolonged cold streak.
Yeah, I get it. But you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Brunson passes to Bridges. Back to Brunson. Anunoby, a screen on Holiday. 3-pointer, Bridges. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Brunson's got 3 assists tonight.
Well, this is what he does. A proven scorer in the clutch.
And the basket by Holiday.
Yeah, good execution in close. Holiday likes mixing things up and finishing from this area.
Outside Brunson. Outside Anunoby. Oh, he buried the 3.
Cool, calm, and collected at a critical juncture in this game.
Anunoby against Tatum. Pass to White. Back to Tatum. Let's go with a 3. The shot no good.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Bridges finds Brunson. There's 25 seconds left in the 4th. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Outside Anunoby. From deep three-point land. Porzingis grabs the board. And the Celtics call time here. They're trailing by 5. Turning here to our analysts. What elements become the primary keys at this point?
Searching for a fast bucket, then a way to stretch things out.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
Holiday passes to Tatum. And connects from downtown. And they foul intentionally. Now they're going to have to do that again. They're not in the penalty just yet.
Getting a little desperate at this stage. I mean, the clock's the big factor.
And stolen by Porzingis.
He was all over that play. He knew exactly where they were going with the ball and swiped it away.
Regulation is ended, and we are headed to overtime. Glad to have you with us as we get going in overtime. Neither team giving an inch in this game. And with today's switching defensive style, versatile wing players are tremendously in demand, Coach.
Yeah, well, position now, Brian, comes down to who can you guard. And guys that can guard 3, 4, 5 different positions, those 6'7", 6'8" guys are often able to do that, and they are extremely valuable.
Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Brown in at the 3 spot. Bridges passes to Hart. Brunson against White. Pass to Towns. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Brunson outside. Porzingis grabs the board. And they've been moving the ball really well tonight.
Good things come to those who take good shots.
Terrific finish there from Brown. He goes up strong and absorbs the contact.
Brunson up top. He's covered by Holiday. Brunson passes to Anunoby. Back to Brunson. Towns is screen on Holiday. Brunson against Holiday. And Brunson, here we go. Out to Bridges. The 3 ball. And there's Brunson. That one's good. On the assist by Bridges. Brunson's got 21 points in the game. Outside Holiday. Well, overtime basketball. About a minute and a half played. Pass to Brown. Tried to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. And so it's Brunson with it. He brings it up for the New York Knicks. Bridges passes to Towns. Anunoby for 3. And again, New York with the triple.
That right there, that's the kind of look this system is designed to create.
Now White. Left side, Brown. White with a screen on Hart. Here's Brown. And it's in. And he's brought them within 2 points now.
Oh, whoa, that is as clutch as it gets. Big time play.
Yeah, don't you just love to see a player embrace that kind of pressure?
Towns passes to Bridges. And stolen by Holiday. Pass break. Here come the Celtics. About 7 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Outside Porzingis. Back to Holiday. It's tipped.
Count it! Really feels like they're in control. They've got a big lead with time dwindling.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
The shot by Holiday, no good. And so the big win by New York in a tight game. Things looked a little uneven for them down the stretch, but in overtime they took control.
And BA, I don't think they expected this one to be so hard fought.
the matchup we have here in the front court, Greg.
Yeah, each of these teams are anchored by their big men. I think it's going to be physical and highly intensified.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. OG Anunoby is out there with Towns. Then it's Mitchell Robinson. Then it's Bridges. And it's Hart in at the shooting guard. Now, here's Maxey. Just 5 on the clock. The 76ers need to get off a shot. Embiid, no good.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
Here's Bridges. Offensive rebound. Hard against Drummond. And stolen by Drummond. Oubre outside. And Drummond kicks to Oubre. Hits the three-point bomb.
Nice to see Oubre step up and do that.
You know, Brent, Josh Hart has been a contributor at the many stops in his NBA career.
Sometimes you have to wait to find your home, Kevin. That's been the case for Josh, but he has always contributed to winning. And now he's locked into this role where he is flourishing. This guy has all the tools to go out there and do little things every night that help your team be in a position to win games.
And that one drops for him.
And you can't afford to lose Anunoby in transition. As soon as he has a step on you, it's over.
Maxey against Bridges. Embiid with the screen on Bridges. No one near Maxey as he lets it fly. And a miss there on the triple. Anunoby outside. Launches a three. Drills it from outside. Anunoby's got his second basket of the night.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Drummond sets the screen for Maxey. Drives to the hoop. And here is Drummond. Pass to Embiid. And it's good off the back rim and in.
And Embiid being assertive offensively, wasting no time in getting that one.
And Towns throws it down.
Yeah, good-looking bounce pass to set up that one.
Maxey against Bridges. Embiid with the screen on Bridges. Outside, Maxey. Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Here's the floater. And Bridges with the block.
More than capable as a defender. Bridges with a great job using his length.
And with an update from the sideline, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thanks. At this point in his career, Paul George says he's in bully mode. He said, every night I'm on the floor, I'm there to dominate. Whether it's being more physical or going right at whoever I got to go at, you're going to feel me. I'm having that approach every time. I'm there to destroy you. Kevin?
Wow. I love it, though, D.A. Got to admit it. Awful powerful. Thank you. Now, here's Maxey. Lets it go with the three. Robinson pulls it in.
And if they know what's good for them, that's the way they'll defend against him every time he takes the ball on the three-point line.
He gets it in there.
Touch and control on the floater. Hart showing another element to his offensive game.
Maxey attacking. Out to the right wing. Here's Drummond. No scoring in this one. Now Maxey. And comes out down the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Mikal Bridges picks one up.
And give credit to Maxey for just being aggressive inside, earning that whistle in the process.
And he's good on the second. New York's gone 1-2 from long range in the first quarter. Bridges inside the three-point line. Anunoby kicks to Towns. Here's Robinson. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points.
Well, sometimes it's like a patient that's struggling to breathe. You just got to keep the play alive, and Robinson able to do that there.
the foul called on OG Anunoby. That's his first foul of the game, and the bonus will go to the free throw line.
Oh, no, he's the last guy you want to put on the line. You can just about book the points every time he steps up there.
Paul George, really a true two-way player in the NBA. He gives you so much on both ends, so you get all-star value offensively and defensively.
Traps in the tray. Anunoby's got a couple of threes now in the first with the Knicks.
And we always talk about making your teammate better. That assist was right on target.
Maxey passes to Drummond. 4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Anunoby, no good. The 76ers trail by 5. Outside, George. Oubre kicks to Embiid. Back to Oubre. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. Hart, wide open. He fires. A big-time effort for OG Anunoby, providing a lot of energy for New York. He notched 8 points in the quarter. And for those of you just tuning in, the second quarter of action is where we're at right now. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for the Knicks.
And right from the jump, they've been working hard to establish themselves inside, using agility and power to get shots in the paint.
So much good energy and flow tonight, and that has really come out of great ball movement. Guys have been open, and as soon as they are, they get the ball.
And New York, looking at who they've got. You've got Josh Hart. Towns is out there with OG Anunoby. Then it's Robinson, and it's Bridges in at the 1. Offensive rebound. Robinson kicks to Hart. Pass to Bridges. Back to Hart. Over Maxey. Hart, that's good. Hart's got his second basket of the game.
That's a difficult spot for defenders against Josh Hart. They're guarding against the drive or the perimeter shot. He'll hit him from the mid-range.
George against Anunoby. Embiid sets the pick for George. Drummond sets the screen for George. The 3. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Well, keep it or dish it. Those are the decisions Paul George is trying to make, and he makes the right one there.
And what about the evolution of Tyrese Maxey? Greg, according to him, he's just getting started.
Well, Kevin, I'd have to agree. I mean, he's got some big shoes to fill with James Harden leaving, but each year this guy has just gotten better. And not only has he matched Harden's production in Philadelphia, I think he's exceeded it.
And PG just springing to the rim.
Anunoby, good.
Pushing the action, getting others involved. He does it time and time again.
Nice to play with a point guard that takes pride in playmaking. It makes you move around just a little bit faster to get open spots.
Drummond sets the screen for George. Robinson pulls it in. Robinson's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And Anunoby slams it in.
People talk about 3-and-D with Bridges, but he can pass it too.
Drummond passes to Maxey. Drummond sets the screen for Maxey. Back to Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Good passing in the paint may be even more important to an offense than great passing on the perimeter. Those are areas where you got to be careful.
And the dunk by Towns.
And forget those threes. Cat, get the easy ones.
Bridges against Maxey. And he drives in. Drummond sets the screen for Maxey. Shoots from the baseline. Again, Philadelphia.
Oh, nice shot by Maxey. He is definitely a 3-level guy.
Here's Towns. It's hauled in by the 76ers. There's 1:54 left to play here in the second quarter. Now here's Drummond. Back to Maxey. Drummond with a screen on Bridges. Maxey passes to Drummond. And a fast break now for New York. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, the Sixers have their superstar in Joel Embiid, but Coach Nick Nurse says they have to maximize him in different ways. Nurse said unpredictability is the key. We have to relieve some of the pressure. Guys are overplaying and sending multiple players at him. We have to find easy baskets out of him. Kevin?
Makes a lot of sense, David. Thank you. Here's Bridges. Bridges double team. Towns wide open. Here's Robinson. Bridges passes to Hart. New York needs to get off a shot. Towns, no luck.
And typically he has the touch to finish when he's in tight, but not sure on that possession.
Embiid sets the pick for Maxey. Out to the right wing. And there's Embiid. That's good on the assist by Maxey. Embiid's got it all tied up now for the 76ers. 5-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock. Bridges kicks to Hart. Towns a screen on Maxey. And stolen by Maxey. And here's the fast break. Maxey leading the way. The shot by George wide open. Another three for Philadelphia.
And this is the way to stretch the floor. PG-13 with a good look from the corner. And he nails it.
It's Hart on the wing. Towns sets the pick for Hart. The kick out to Towns. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Paul George, he's been the guy making things happen for the Philadelphia. Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets underway. We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. One guy who's been getting it done is OG Anunoby.
Well, we'll find out if they were able to find an answer for him over the break. He was scoring with ease in that first half.
Yeah, just way too easy out there, and I'm sure Coach is going to make that a priority at halftime.
They've got Edwards. Lowry out there with Yabusele. And it's Council in at the 2. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. You know, it used to be teams hoarded their cap space to make a big splash in free agency. But, Brent, why is that less common now?
Well, really, the mechanisms for you to retain and maintain your star power has gotten easier for teams as they have gone out for big extensions to make sure that their star is shining brightest.
And talking about the Knicks, GA, do you feel they took a step forward last season?
I do. I mean, losing in 7 in the conference semis with all the injuries they had, that really kind of set them back. They ended that game 7 with the Pacers missing 4 of their starting 5. So, no doubt, expectations will be high.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's his first foul.
After committing a turnover like that, you're just praying.
And, yep, we thought we might see it. And the coach's challenge has been triggered on the personal foul call.
The play is under video review under NBA rules. 2 minutes are allowed to review.
The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able to. A challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
The dive for the ball. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here.
You love the pressure he's putting on them. Almost had that steal.
Yeah, pestering right now, and that's going to pay some dividends. At some point, there's going to be a turnover.
Here's Wright, and Wright throws it down hard.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
Defense has got to be better. Flat out effort is not there.
And we've got a whistle. The refs are indicating it's a transition take foul. It's going to be a shot and the ball. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight.
And he buried a bunch of shots from the stripe in that last game.
Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Pass to Wright with the drive. And it's Council with the rebound. Philadelphia's gone 5 of 9 when they put up the three-point shot tonight.
Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Brunson with it. And here's Tucker. It's stolen by Lowry. Here's Yabusele.
Gotta take care of the ball. They'll punish you if you're that careless.
That's right, and that's severe punishment right there.
And how about the sequence in its entirety? Momentum swing, and you love the effort here.
Knicks trail by 3. Brunson outside. Wright outside. The shot's good on the assist by Brunson. Wright's got 5 points so far.
Amazing just how trusted Brunson is with the basketball.
GA, as you know, Jalen Brunson is a second-generation NBA player.
Yeah, his dad, Rick Brunson, was an 11-year vet who also played overseas and eventually settled in as a coach in this league. So Jalen grew up in those NBA locker rooms.
Lowry against Brunson. The tray. It's hauled in by Achua. Knicks have gone 4 of 6 from the field since the start of the third. Brunson kicks to Achua. Tucker the pass to Achua. It's deflected. Back to Tucker. Pass to Brunson. Count the basket and the foul.
Defensive foul.
Kyle Lowry picks one up there.
Oh, man, that's a high-level finish from Jalen Brunson, playing right through the whistle.
He's gone 1 of 1 in the game so far from the line. Brent, I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I think it amazes both of us that Jalen Brunson fell to the second round, the 33rd pick back in 2018. So, with that in mind, how has he overcome the doubters?
Well, the first thing he got was opportunity, Kevin, and that's all you can ask for as a young player. What he was able to do in Dallas opened up the eyes of a lot of people to what he was capable of as a point guard in the league. But trust me, Jalen Brunson has never stopped believing in his ability and confidence to dominate a game the way that we've seen him do that in the past couple of seasons. And this is where P.J. Tucker really gets the job done. On the defensive end, he's going to bring that intensity game in, game out.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Now here's Brunson. Tight defense on him. Pocket 6. Misses the layup. The 76ers trail by 3. Left side, Edwards. Here's Yabusele. Brunson covering. Inside. And stolen by Wright. Here we go, 1-on-1. Here's McBride. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And that one is hammered home.
Oh, great feed by Lowry. He'd rather pick up an assist than score a bucket.
Shot from the inbound. The kick out to Wright. And that one is off. And it's Lowry with the ball. Brings it up for Philadelphia. Pass to Bona. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead there. New York's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Lowry against Brunson. That's tipped. Here's Bona. Shoots over Tucker. Outside for Lowry. He takes it in. Here's Bona. An easy 2 points on the layup. Bona's got 4 points this quarter.
Two teammates connecting right there. Slick feed.
It's still anybody's game as we've reached the end of 3. 76ers lead by 1. And we've got more action coming. Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with this feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
That's what great passing will do for you right there, dissecting the defense with that play.
And I know I speak for all of us when I say I can't wait to see what kind of finish awaits us here in the 4th quarter. And on the floor for New York here in the 4th. They've got Towns, Josh Hart out there with Bridges. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Robinson in its center. Bridges with it. Maxey covering. And it's slammed in by Bridges.
Bridges showing off his athleticism. He's able to get in there at full speed and still score.
Maxey against Bridges. And Drummond kicks to George. Drummond with a screen on Anunoby. Here's George. Shot clock at 6. Back to Drummond. Knicks with the rebound. Robinson's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Out to Bridges. And stolen by Maxey. And slam dunk by Maxey.
And great hustle from Maxey in the open court. Getting there on the fast break.
Anunoby passes to Hart. Takes the 3. Rebound by Joel Embiid. The 76ers lead. George, that's a 2-pointer. Out to the wing. Drummond in the post. Defended by Towns. Drummond sets the screen for George. Launches it. It's rebounded by Towns. George with the steal. And we're about 2 minutes into the 4th quarter now. Over to the left wing. Embiid from outside.
Good job on the glass there, working hard to establish position and put himself in a great spot to come away with that rebound.
Left side, Maxey. Back to Drummond. It's rebounded by New York. Robinson's got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. And again, it's the Knicks missing. 76ers have gone 1 of 5 from the field here in the 4th. A lot of misses, just the 1 make. Drummond with a screen on Anunoby. George finds Drummond. George against Anunoby. Clock at 4. Shot on the wing. The shot by George, no good.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
Towns for 3. Knocks down the 3 ball. And the Knicks lead by 2.
And this is why he's a go-to option. Towns enjoys getting a chance to come up big for his team.
Out of bounds, it'll be 76ers ball.
Well, unfortunately, just poor execution there. You cannot give the ball away at this point in the game.
Philadelphia has gotten off to an 0 for 2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. Here's Oubre. Outside for George. And the 3 off target. New York's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the 4th quarter. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Tyrese Maxey. That's his first foul. 1:37 left to play here in the 4th. To the inside. Bridges deciding where to go with it. 6 to shoot. Anunoby outside. Towns sets the pick for Anunoby. Misses the wing 3. And so it's Maxey who brings up the ball for the Philadelphia 76ers. They've only given up 5 points here in the 4th quarter.
And there is no back down in Joel Embiid. He is ready to rise to the occasion in the big moment.
Ball's knocked loose and stolen by Maxey. Down low, here's Drummond. Money!
That is world class.
I've seen that there. A huge possession, and he nets it.
Here's Hart. Anunoby against Oubre. Anunoby kicks to Hart. Bridges no one around him. Gets the three to fall.
Man, I'll tell you what, the pressure is cranked up. Who better to call than this guy?
We've got 33 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Outside, Maxey. George against Anunoby. To the middle. Embiid punches it down.
And in the big moment, Embiid is your guy. He's always ready to go on the attack.
And Tom Thibodeau decides to call timeout. No doubt he is feeling the importance of this moment right now. Well, given the scenario here, how do you approach this next possession?
You know, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And sometimes not just what a coach draws up, but who he has execute in these moments.
And we will have a timeout called by Nick Nurse. Coach clearly feeling the necessity to regroup with so much at stake here. Guys, what's your take on how they maximize their opportunities now?
You know, always intriguing to see what a coach draws up in this situation.
And sometimes not just what a coach draws up, but who he has execute in these moments.
So a close game sees New York take this one. This win sets a tremendous emotional boost for them.
Really,
David, thank you as always. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony.
Matchup in store tonight, Doris. Two conference rivals set to clash once again.
In BA, there's typically a little bit of chippiness because it is clear these two teams don't like each other, and you and I are here for all of it.
And the starting group for the Celtics. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. The perimeter pairing, White and Brown. And it's Holiday in at the point.
While Maxey is an elite shooter, Tyrese is at his best using his speed going downhill.
And the foul called on Paul George. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
Here's White. Pass to Holiday. Shoots over George.
Well, that's the wingspan to Paul George. He is so good at bothering shooters with that length.
Drops in the layup for 2.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Now here's White. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
What a terrific play by just a tremendous all-around player. This guy makes it look easy.
And Grant, I know you played a part in Embiid's decision to join Team USA.
Yeah, B.A. Time talking to Joel Embiid and convincing him to play for us in the U.S. men's national team.
Now here's Maxey. Just 5 on the clock. It's good. And he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play opportunity. Talking about Tyrese Maxey, Grant, here's a guy who's improved every year.
Yeah, B.A. I mean, from averaging 8 as a rookie to 26 points during his breakout 4th year, Maxey has added to his game every offseason and turned himself into an elite scorer.
Now here's White. Drummond grabs the miss. Oubre with it. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Embiid against Tatum. Embiid gets the bucket.
Yeah, getting aggressive in the paint. Look at Joel putting his size to work.
Outside Holiday. Pass to Porzingis. Ooh, poked away. Holiday against George. 20 feet out. The shot by Holiday, no good.
And that's where you want to make the next pass. This guy is a good scorer, but the defense was right on him.
George for 3. Rebound Boston.
He couldn't believe how open he was. He just couldn't convert it.
Maxey against White. First quarter of play, and we're about 3 minutes in.
2 minutes remaining.
The floater. The shot misses. Some solid defense from Maxey. Philadelphia leading by 7. George passes to Embiid. And then Embiid with the dunk.
Getting out in transition. You love to see this hustle from Embiid.
The Celtics have gone 1 of 5 to start things off. Tatum a screen on George. And Holiday, here we go. Ooh, nice D from George.
Well, we love his ability to attack the rim. He just loses a little bit of focus and misses the chippy.
Embiid, a screen on Holiday. For three, Maxey nails it from three. Maxey's got 8.
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
On the offensive end, it feels like they're getting the shots they want, and defensively, they are connected and on a string.
You just can't give up looks that close to the rim.
Maxey against Holiday. Maxey surveys. To the paint. Embiid inside. Tatum's there. Embiid's shot is good. Embiid's gotten his 3rd basket of the night.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
And they've been doing it largely at the offensive end. If the defense does not adjust, this could be a blowout.
Brown, no good. The Sixers lead by 12. Pass to Embiid. There's 21 seconds left to play in the first quarter. And Embiid throws it down.
The offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
They have used their size and their strength to get off any shot they want. They've dominated on the interior.
Now, B.A., you know they would love for him to get more of those opportunities.
Well, that would cut into the deficit quickly if he does. Boston shooting their first free throw of the night. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And after putting it down, he angles from the rim a little.
Man, that's borderline taunting right there, Grant. They're playing with a certain swagger right now. And as the first quarter wraps up, already a double-digit lead. The Sixers. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. All right, guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Philadelphia.
Well, we've seen them take advantage of the lanes given to them so far. The defense isn't plugging it up, and it's being exploited.
We've also seen them show a willingness to take advantage of the mid-range opportunities. The defense conceding these looks, and they're cashing in.
Oubre is at the 2 with George playing the 3. Andre Drummond is out there with Joel Embiid, and it's Maxey in at the 1. That's the group for Philadelphia to kick off the second quarter. George with it, now guarded by White. Oubre, pass to Embiid. And here we go, the Celtics on the run. White for 3, and the shot is good on the assist by Tatum. White's got 5 points.
He's not always assertive on the catch, but Derek White rise and fire from three-point, and it is on target.
Outside Maxey. Inside. Here's Drummond. Out to Oubre. Six to shoot. Back to Drummond. Oubre finds Drummond. And the jam by Drummond.
Boy, the defense has no answer for Andre Drummond. That's what we call emphatic finish.
And of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
BA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age with free agency, with more.
Oh my goodness! Jaylen Brown takes one out of the rafters.
Boy, you get a real glimpse of the explosiveness of Jaylen Brown. What a big-time finish.
Not sure why he committed the intentional foul. No purpose.
I think everyone's a little confused, but weird plays happen. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Now here's Maxey. Give him 8. And Porzingis with the block.
Kristaps Porzingis has proven over the course of his young career that he is willing to be a force as a shot blocker.
Philadelphia leading by 9. George outside. Embiid, a screen on White. Pass to Embiid. Porzingis. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. Second quarter play, almost 3 minutes gone here. And it's Maxey missing.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
And Brown with the stuff.
Well, how about Jaylen Brown in transition, a phenomenal finisher in the open floor.
Now George hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Drummond, the screen on Brown. George passes to Drummond, kicks it to George. Clock at 6. Late clock, the Sixers need to put one up here. Pass to Embiid from deep. And another miss by Philadelphia. Celtics trail by 7. Outside White. The 3. Rebound by the 76ers. Drummond's got his 5th rebound in this one. Now here's Embiid. And almost 4 minutes gone in the second quarter of play.
At 7 feet tall, Embiid looks to dunk often, especially when he's got good positioning.
Embiid against Tatum. Uncovered. And the sweet roll that time on the rim. That one falls. Tatum's got 6.
Just tremendous confidence from Jason Tatum. This guy understands I am a scorer even at the most elite level.
George against Brown. Now here's George. He's covered closely. Great D that time from Porzingis. Tatum finds Holiday. Outside Tatum. Pass to Holiday. Tatum, a screen on Maxey. Holiday from long range. Fires in the triple. Holiday's got his 2nd basket of the game.
They've closed the gap over the last few possessions. But can they push through and grab the lead?
Yeah, it feels like they've ramped up their intensity. They have forced good things to happen. Now they're back in it.
Here we go, the Sixers on the break. Here's Oubre. The 3, George. That misses. Would have counted had it gone. And a pretty tightly contested game here as we end the first half. Allie, as always, thank you. We'll be right back to begin the third quarter right after this. And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. What else can you say? Joel Embiid, an impressive effort here today.
I love how effortlessly he scored. The game just comes so easy for him.
Now let's see if he continues that trend the rest of the way. He certainly has the talent and the endurance to do just that.
Kicking off the second half, here's Joe Mazzulla's 5. They've got Torrey Craig, Luke Cornett out there with Al Horford. Then there's Peyton Pritchard, and it's Hauser in at the 2.
Oh, not the defensive effort they need to cut into the lead.
Boy, good call. You have to at least try to protect the rim.
They're just too slow to react. You can't afford to sleepwalk through possessions. What's going on out there?
Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Lowry. Here's Horford. Here's Pritchard. They get it back. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
And this is something he does all too well. Great position for the putback there.
And I like how he doesn't think twice about passing it out. Just going right for the slam.
No reason to do so there. He was going to leave, no doubt.
To the wing, right side. Up top, Lowry. No points so far. 2 points. That one goes. And the 76ers lead by 6. Well, despite the effort to create super teams, the league has a lot of parity right now, Grant.
It really does, and I like it. It's not quite like the 80s Celtics and Lakers or the 90s Bulls, partly because of the salary cap. It's so hard to pay more than 2, maybe 3 stars at a time. And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Well, credit him for going for it, not settling, saying, I'm going to attack.
Here's Pritchard. He's guarded by Lowry. Oh, sweet move. Got a hand on it. Here's Barna. Yep, that one's good. And now it's an 8-point 76ers lead.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
It takes incredible effort to stay connected to the hip of the offensive player. You've got to want to work.
Yep, count it. Lowry's got 6.
When Kyle Lowry touches that painted area, he is aggressive to score it, and he is so able to finish on the interior.
2 minutes remaining in the
Pritchard, pass to Hauser. Back to Pritchard. Off target at the rim. And it's Lowry with the ball for Philadelphia. Their defense has only allowed 6 points in the second half.
Well, the defensive breakdowns allows Kyle Lowry to take advantage and set up an open look for his guy.
They double team Horford. Outside Craig. Pass to Hauser. Back to Pritchard from deep. The shot comes out. The Sixers lead by 10. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast, but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that.
Plays like that, so easy for him.
And you know, you look at someone like Peyton Pritchard, Doris, heady guy who doesn't make many mistakes.
BA, maybe his best attribute in my mind is the competitive spirit and the motor he plays with. He's a fearless shot taker, either inside or from three-point range. He makes excellent choices with his passes. But again, I go back to that competitive toughness.
46 seconds left in the third. With the drive. Laid it in with a nice touch off the window. Pritchard's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, everyone's seeking those high percentage looks in the restricted area. Nicely done there.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Council with the bucket. Celtics trail by 9.
And they can run out the clock here. No need to rush it.
Well, it's trying to close the quarter strong, and by that, take a great shot without giving them an opportunity for another one down the other end.
Here's Pritchard. And some nice defense there to win the quarter. The third quarter comes to a close. The Sixers on top, up 9. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
Peyton Pritchard.
With 3 quarters behind us, let's see what this fourth period holds in store. Maxey and Oubre pair up at the 1 and the 2. George out there with Andre Drummond. And it's Embiid in at the center position. That's the group on the floor for Philadelphia. And it's a defensive 3-second violation.
Philadelphia ball.
And the technical free throw is good.
They're one of the most well-rounded players in the game. Embiid is also a top-notch trash talker, too. I mean, he knows how to get under the skin of his opponents.
Oh, got a piece of it. And so it looks like it'll be Philadelphia ball.
He had the right idea, just couldn't come up with the swipe.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Oubre finds Drummond. And the jam by Drummond.
And just a great screen.
And they got a high-powered finish out of it.
And my question is, where was the help? Someone rotate over and challenge.
George against Holiday. Outside Porzingis. Outside White. Three-pointer off the mark. The Sixers lead by 12. Right side Maxey. Pass to Embiid. Jaylen Brown with a rebound. Celtics trail by 12. Holiday with the ball. Guarded now by Maxey. From deep three-point range, Holiday. That one's good.
He made the most of that opening, teaching the defense a lesson.
Well, the 76ers shooting very well, 62% and going right at the defense. Outside Maxey. 4-3. Porzingis grabs the board. Porzingis has got 5 rebounds tonight. Holiday taking his time here. White with a screen on Maxey. And the basket by Holiday.
Yeah, good execution in close. Holiday likes mixing things up and finishing from this area.
Oubre against White. And here's Oubre. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
Well, they found success off the drive, creating a lot of buckets by getting into the teeth of the defense.
Also, they've been living in the lane. They're getting the ball in close, and it's had a devastating impact all game long.
And Drew Holiday gets the whistle that time. That'll be a second foul of the game.
And that puts them just one foul from the bonus.
Boston on D. They trail by 9. Oubre passes to Embiid. Back to Oubre. Shot clock at 5. Tatum with a steal.
That's just phenomenal defense. The defense feels like it's all over the place and knows exactly how to guard it.
Personal foul.
That's good from White.
We talk about high-effort players. Well, Derek White embodies that very description. Always working hard, always looking to outwork his opponent.
JB off the bounce. Here's Porzingis. Plenty of space. Plenty of room to knock down that one. Porzingis has gotten his first points in this one.
You know, he could have looked to score that himself, but in this particular instance, the advantage is playing inside out.
Here's George. Shot clock at 6. Out to the right wing. Here's Embiid. Oh, Embiid with the slam.
Yeah, good things happen when Embiid has the ball in his hands. I mean, this guy can do it all.
Tatum passes to White. And it's all from three-point range.
And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
Outside Maxey. Driving to the basket. Uneasy, too, on the layup. And it's a 10-point Philadelphia lead.
Oh, a high motor in close to the rim. Maxey finding a window and converting.
And Holiday powers it home.
Wow. Always fun to see point guards who can elevate above the rim like that.
Oh, a strong mindset and even stronger finish.
Boy, it's incredible how much explosive scoring ability can come from the lead guard position. That is a big-time play.
George against Holiday. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Here's Embiid. Pass to Drummond. Oubre on the wing. Back to Drummond. And it's going to be a 24-second violation. They turn it over.
Boston ball.
So it's Boston now. It's a 10-point game. Holiday with the ball. Guarded now by George. Outside Holiday. Off target with the three. So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. This one was a fun one to watch. They were clearly in the driver's seat down the stretch. Thanks, Allie. Great interview once again. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson.